It will pay government to give those people who are suffering innocence, justice, and liberty. If not, I will be compelled to show some colonial stratagem which will open the eyes of not only the Victorian police and inhabitants, but also the whole British Army. All came close. He had me covered and was shaken with fear. And I knew he'd pull the trigger before he began to put his hand on me. So I duped and jumped at him, caught the revolver with one hand, hauled by the collar with the other.
I used to trip him and let him take a mouthful of dust now and again. He was as helpless as a big goanna after leaving a dead bullock on a horse.
We could have shot those two men without speaking, but not wishing to take their lives, we waited. McIntyre laid his gun against a stump, and Lonigan sat on the log. I advanced.
My brother Dan, Keeve and McIntyre covered, which he took to be Constable Flood. And had he not obeyed my orders and attempted to reach for his gun or draw his revolver, he would have been shot dead. But when I called on them to throw up their hands, McIntyre obeyed.
And Lonigan ran some 6 or 7 yards to a battery of logs instead of dropping behind the one he was sitting on. He just got to the logs and put his head up to take aim when I shot him in that instant.
Where are you tonight, I wonder? Where will you be when I cry? Our sleep don't come easy, you're restless in your slumber, trapped in another place and time. How easily the years swept you under, but still there's a shadow the sun can't deny. I built you a tower of love and admiration, but I built it so high it blocked out the sky.
I give fair warning to all those who have reason to fear me, to sell out and give £10 out of every 100 towards the widow and orphan fund. And do not attempt to reside in Victoria for as short a time as possible after reading this notice. Neglect this and abide by the consequences, which shall be worse than the rust and the weeds in Victoria, or the drought of the dry season of the grasshoppers in New South Wales. I do not wish to give the order full force without giving timely warning, but I am a widow's son outlawed, and my orders must be obeyed.
Carry me over your shoulder. Carry the road is rough, night is dark.